الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Hello my dear brothers and sisters. We talked about rules, Islamic rules about leather, but in this part we are going to talk in detail about rules regarding buying leather clothes like shoes, belts, hats, stuff like that. When something is made of leather and you know that leather belongs to an animal with jumbling blood like a cow, you must be sure that leather and that animal was killed properly, was killed in accordance with Islamic rules. So you can be sure that leather is pure. It's not from a dead animal. It was killed properly, so you can use it and it would be pure. So because of that, we are going to talk, actually I'm going to read this because it's very specific and very, delicate. If you're buying that leather from a Muslim market, and in a Muslim country, that object deemed clean, if that object, like that shoe, was made in Islamic country. If you're buying from a Muslim and it was made in a non-Islamic country, like Italy, but you're buying it in a Islamic country, like in Kuwait, then it is clean, unless you are sure that object and that animal were killed inappropriately, was killed in accordance to Islamic rules. And the third circumstance is that object, that clothes is clean if it is unknown whether it made by an Islamic or non-Islamic country, but you're buying it from a Muslim person in a Muslim market. But on the other hand, if you're buying it from a non-Muslim person in a non-Muslim market, it is clean if it made by an Islamic country, like you're going to Italy and buying a shoe that was made in a Kuwait or Iraq or Saudi Arabia or Iran. But if you're buying it from a non-Muslim person and that shoe, for example, also was made in a non-Islamic country, it's not clean in that case, it's impure, because you can't be sure that animal was killed properly. And also it is unclean if it is not known to be from a Muslim or non-Muslim country. You can be sure in that case too. And at last we're going to talk about dairies. So as you know, dairies like leathers are products of animals. So dairies and products, milk and products that comes out of milk, like butter, cheese, cream and stuff like that, all of them are deemed to be clean, even though they are made by non-Muslim or sold in non-Muslim countries or markets, or even imported from non-Muslim countries like Netherlands, Holland. These are all situations that you can, with a calm mind, buy that dairy, and even the only case that you are, the only situation is when you are sure and certain about impurity of that dairy, of that milk. Like when you see by yourself, by your own eyes, that milk was touched by a non-believer, by an infidel, and in that situation, obviously that is impure. But if you have doubts, you cannot deem that dairy impure. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.